All right, so the first one, and then we just want you to focus on the first one at first, highlighting opportunities to apply results. Where do you see opportunities to apply and share the research results and methods and the decision support tool and model from this MSH project we've been talking about today? And I encourage you to think broadly about your own work, that of your organization, thinking about what your goals are, and also any entities, any other entities that you just know of that would be well served to hear about this work. So go up and share those ideas. And Lori, if you could just go back to taking over, sharing your screen and showing the Padlet, that would be great.
Sure.
So I'm just going to go ahead and just randomly pick some of the comments that we're hearing about, but I won't talk too much, just to give people sort of mental space to think and to share. So people are sharing that they see opportunities to apply results in the design of ditch remediation projects, would be to more holistically understand ditch management in these marshes versus in the moment responding to community requests for mosquito management. Could see it being applied to Assateague Island, where ditch restoration work has recently been completed. All right, so keep those ideas coming in, and you can finish out your thought, and then we're going to give opportunity for a second Padlet, and you can go between these different links as you see fit, but I'm going to go ahead and introduce the second question.
Okay.
And Lori, if you would share the second one, the first one is still available for you to continue to add to. The second one is asking folks to think about sort of next steps that you might see for research and management. So here we're asking you to share ideas for advancing management techniques for marshes. So
the new link.
Yes.
I got it. Okay.
Is it good? All right, Lori, I just wanted to give you a chance to complete that step. So this Padlet is asking about next steps for research and management. So again, thinking broadly, both on the management side, what opportunities that you see for continuing to advance marsh management, again, drawing on what we've learned today and also just the body of work outside of this project that you might know about around efforts to manage marsh hydrology and deal with these varying sort of constraints and issues that were talked about today. And then on the other side, but definitely a cohesive sort of thought process on research. Where could we steer research next to continue to meet management needs? Again, the thread that I talked about in the beginning of this project was looking at these questions collaboratively and bringing end users of the science together with researchers to collaborate. And so, you know, again, thinking about where could the research go next to continue to advance management needs and answer some of the questions that resource managers are looking for science to inform. I see a question coming in about Julia's email. So the entire contact information for all the team members, Julia, if you want to put your email in the chat box, that would be great. But just know that all the information from today is going to be available on the project website. It's not yet there. And if you go to the project website, you should be able to find information for all the team members, including Julia, including everybody else that you heard from this morning and those that didn't actually present today. So we'll share all of those links and we'll also follow up with an email after this. Okay. These are some great suggestions coming in.
Well, since nobody's talking, I just want to say two things. Again,
Yes,
one is that the model, it's available, the source code. And the other thing is, and a lot of the questions that are asking, can you do that in the model? And the answer is yes to pretty much everything. Actually, I have other version of the model that are already publicly available and published with more processes. The difficulty is always to make it easy to access. Running the model from for a particular marsh, I can add much more layers of complexity. It's always an issue of making it easy to use the model from someone that doesn't run the model. So that is always the challenge here. And that's kind of again some trade-off that we did to create this website where we had to pre-run all those simulations so that you can upload it in a fraction of a second.
Yes, thank you, Giulio. And so I just encourage people to continue to add to the Padlet. And again, you can share a comment, you can respond to a comment that somebody else has already posted. You can add a link. You can, add any other items that you might want people to sort of look at afterwards. We recognize that we just gave you a few minutes to sort of do a mental download on these sort of two big themes, highlighting opportunities to apply the results and then next steps for research and management. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave these Padlets open and available even after we sign off in a few minutes. So while you're doing your lunch break, if you care to just finish your thought, nothing like striking while the iron is hot and the information is fresh in your mind. I encourage we're going to leave these available. You can get to the links. We'll also just email them out so that you can pick right up and you'll be able to see what others are posting, have a little chance to digest information, and then add. And so I just want to stress how important it is for us to sort of learn together and to build on each other's knowledge. Many people on this line are doing extensive work on this topic, and researchers and from restoration practitioners, you all know a lot, and bringing your ideas here will serve you. And we're not just going to collect this information just for our team. In fact, our project is getting ready to sort of wrap up, you know, how the grant cycle goes, but we're going to continue the collaboration in different ways. And so all that you share on the Padlet, we're going to make that information available to all of you and to anybody else also on the website. We just ask that you bear with us. We're going to need a few days between now, since it's the end of this week, to be able to get that information up. But so if you go back and check immediately, it won't be there, but we will be putting that up in short order sometime next week. Hopefully, and then we'll also email all of you when that information has been posted, so you don't have to sort of wonder if it's up there yet. And so I only have a few minutes left, and as people are continuing to write in their ideas, what I really wanted to do is to just take the next few minutes to sort of do a wrap up. We also have one last video that we want to share with you, and that's the last thing that you will see. So don't sign off just yet. I want to really thank all of you for participating today. After a team has done a lot of work, it's really nice to have the opportunity to be able to share the information. Again, the motivation is to serve the coastal management community with the science, with this decision support tool. And so your joining today and spending 2 hours with us was much appreciated. We hope that you learned something. We hope that it was a good 2 hours that you spent with us. You felt it was worthwhile time. I also want to thank the team for presenting, and also just for all of your work and being intentional about using this collaborative research process and learning together over the past 2 years that we've been working on this. So thanks to all of you, even though I'm also part of the team, but I just want to especially thank the team on everybody's behalf. I also want to thank the funding agencies and where we got support. You're going to see that in the video, so I'll just quickly mention it's from the NOAA Neuroscience Collaborative, Woods Hole Sea Grant, and also a lot of research support from USGS and all the partners on the project.